together a weeknight meal, and it's going to be budget friendly, and it's going to put it together using our 4-part budget meal formula. So that means that we have to have a protein. Our protein tonight is going to be shrimp, and we need a bulk builder, which is going to be fettuccine. And I have hot water here boiling, and we're going to get that ready. Now, our veggie volume is going to be spinach, and I thought that our weather was going to actually clear up, only to look up just a few minutes ago and find that I'm going to break my fettuccine. I like just a little bit shorter. So I've got that in. We're going to add some salt to the water. And I mean, that snow is coming down. And they had said, oh, we won't get but a little bit, just a dusting. Well, it had dusted in the first 15 minutes. So they say that it's still supposed to go for another couple of hours. So no telling what in the world we will end up with. And the irony of it is that we're really just now getting out from under the ice storm that we had last week. So I thought, well, it's Friday night, and I had hoped to go out tonight, but that's not going to be possible. So we're going to stay in, and I'm going to fix the big guy something good and something that we can have a little extra. Now, of course, the phone starts ringing. Don't you love it? Let me see what it's all about. I think I'll take you with me. I am so tired of these strange calls. Well, so much for that. All right. If they really want us, they should know our number, right? And they should always show their name. But and I know that they don't. So, sorry about that. So we're going to get going here. And let me get you seated. Ta-da! We're all ready to go. Okay, so I'm going to put the top on forgot the salt. We need some salt. And for our pasta, I'm going to cook it for about 10 minutes. And then we're going to use one pan because that's going to help keep our Friday night cleanup nice and quick. So like I said, I'm going to let this cook for about 10 minutes. So within that 10-minute time, we'll get everything else ready, and we'll talk about what's going to go into this recipe. Now, I'm taking a few shortcuts because it wasn't my plan to actually fix dinner tonight. I thought we were going to go out because it's Friday night, but that didn't work out. So we are going to, I'm having to do a last minute dinner. So that's all right. When you have a good pantry, you can always put a meal together. And tonight's going to be really good. And I had gotten some shrimp, and the big guy loves shrimp. And I had gotten some shrimp earlier in the week as a part of my groceries. And so let's get rid of that. Picked up the fettuccine because I thought, well, that's something good. I was out of it and needed it for my pantry. Okay, so we're going to put the top on this so it can come to temperature very quickly, and it should in just a few minutes. Now, on sale, Walmart had these are raw shrimp. They're peeled and deveined, and the tail is off. So we don't even have to worry about taking the tails off of the shrimp. That's a good thing. So we'll be using that, and I'm going to need some scissors to get that open. So when it's time to add those to the skillet, we'll be ready to go because we are using one skillet to get all of this done. Now we're going to need a little bit touch of olive oil, and course, salt and pepper. We're going to be using some parsley, which is going to go into it as well. And of course, we always have house seasoning. Now, I'm going to give my house seasoning a little shake because just to look at it, it should be pretty uniform in color, but unfortunately, it had been sitting for a little while, so the house seasoning now should be nice and well mixed. We are going to cheat, and we're going to use some Bertoli's Alfredo sauce. Now, you know, Bertoli's is pretty good, but it needs a little extra something to it. So we're going to add a little something. It needs a little more garlic, and I have about 2 teaspoons of garlic here. It's going to need some just a tad bit of cream cheese to help with that creaminess that we want. We're going to I also have had a little bit of half and half that I needed to use up. So I have about a half cup of half and half. And I also have some spinach as a part of our veggie volume. So we have our protein, which is the spinach. We've got our bulk, which is the actual pasta that we're cooking at this point. We give it a good stir so it doesn't stick together. And our vegetable is going to be the spinach. I love spinach. You could use any green that you like. If you wanted to use some, if you had some shredded greens in your freezer or in your produce bin, you could certainly use that. And we're just going to get that all together. So like I said, this needs about 10 minutes because it's going to have to cook anyway in the sauce. So I'm not so worried about it. If I get at least a good 8 to 9 minutes of cook, then we're going to be good to go. Now, what I'm hoping is that each of you are having a fantastic day and that you have been safe, that all of you have power, because so many people didn't after that horrific storm that came through and hit from Texas up to the northeast. And so, you know, we had ice on the streets. I mean, we had 4 inches of ice that was on the street. We couldn't drive. We couldn't go anywhere. We were stuck for a long time. And it took a long time for the municipal people to come around and to get the mess off the street. And really, to be honest with you, they couldn't get all of it because they had to all but chisel it to get it up and going. Now, what I did not bring over was a wooden spoon. We're going to need that. Let me get it. All right, so I'm going to use my wooden spoon and just give this a good stir. I have this up on high because I really do want it to boil well. Now, when I take this out, I'm going to strain it, and take some of the water off. But I'm going to keep some of the water because we may need it to help loosen the sauce later. You know, because as pasta sits, it's going to soak up a lot. And we want it to do its job, but we want this to be really, really good. Okay, so we've got that going. And let me see if I can get you in a better position. So hold on right there. Now, just so you can see, I've got my stand here, and I'm going to turn that and see if I can position you so that you can actually see what's going on in the pot and keep up with the cooking. So let's try that. Let me slip you into our spot. Hello, everyone. You know, when I'm closer like this, then I can really have a conversation. Okay. Oh, that's so much better. So much better. Okay, let's get going here. All right. Tighten it up. Ooh, ooh, it's a little steamy here. Hello, hello. So now I'll bring you where you can see the pot, see me, and I have to take the glasses off because it's steaming so bad that I just can't, I can't see a darn thing. So there we go. Got you going. And let me turn you down. Okay. Whoop. Uh-oh. We got some boiling going on. So let's take the top off. And I'm going to clean this up just a little bit. So I'm going to take this off. Can you see what I'm doing? Okay. I'm going to take it over. I'm going to sit it right here for the moment. But it did boil over while we were trying to get the camera going at a better angle. So, all right. So we got all of that cleaned up, and I don't think we have any underneath. So there we go. I'm hoping we can get it back on. May have to switch eyes. We'll see. Okay. I'm going to put it on medium. All right, we're ready to go. So I got you there. Get you centered, and voila. So it's good to see all of you. And like I said, because this was steaming up my glasses, I can't see a thing. So I'll have to come over and talk to you once we got all this started. Now the pasta noodles are starting to look pretty good. They're loosening up. You know, we put some salt in, and they need about 10 minutes. The box actually says 13 to 14 minutes, but by the time we get everything cooked, we'll be good to go. Now, I'm going to use this cup, and I'm going to take out some of the pasta water. Let's ladle some of that out. Now, we may not need all of this pasta water, but it's better to have a little too much than not enough, because we will need to use it to loosen it up later on after that pasta is going. Now, I'm just going to continue to cook this for a few minutes. Let me grab one and see how much cooking it really does need to do. I can look at it and tell it's not ready. It's still pretty chewy, so it's not ready. I'm going to turn it up just a little bit, but I'm not going to put the top on it this time. And we're just going to let it boil. Now, how many of you have been using the 4-part budget formula? Using your protein, your bulk builder, with your veggie volume, adding whatever vegetables that you want, and adding the seasonings and sauces, which of course is the 4th part. Now, so that's exactly what we're going to do. And you know, your meal comes out so cool, and it's so easy. You just take what you have, either in your freezer or in your refrigerator, and you can put together a meal in just a little bit of time. So we're using 1 pot to make our meal, 1 skillet, 1 large skillet that we're going to be using. Now I'm going to rinse off our shrimp, because that's what the instructions say do, and it's always good to do anyway. Put them over here. in the colander. We're going to get them ready. Okay, now we're throwing back in the bowl. All right, they are frozen, and that's okay because we're going to let this cook a little bit so it'll have time, and they're going to get to cook. Now that's what we want. We want that pasta to just cook and to be ready to go. Now I already know we're going to need quite a bit of liquid because I'm actually going to stop this a little bit ahead of time. So there we go. This has been going almost 10 minutes. Let's see if I look at our clock here, see if I can get the glasses on and actually see. Oh yeah, it's been cooking a good 10 minutes. So we're going to put it over in that same spot, and all right. Now I'm going to put this on a medium high. I've got a little piece of pasta that's in there, but that's okay. That won't be an issue. I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil. About, I would say about 2 tablespoons. And we're going to add our shrimp that we rinsed off. That's going to be the first thing we're going to put in. And you're going to notice that I'm adding whatever's dirty directly into the dishwasher, and that's there for a reason, because remember, this is Friday night. We had not planned on doing any cooking, but we are. So I'm going to put the shrimp on, try to get all of the shrimp to touch the very bottom of my skillet. And a couple pieces are still stuck together, but that's okay. I'm going to add a little bit of butter. Get that in there. See if I've got some Old Bay. I don't, but I think I'm going to add just a little bit of Tony Chacker's Creole seasoning, because that's usually good with shrimp. So we're just going to sprinkle a little bit on there, a little extra seasoning. You don't want too much because, now this particular, it doesn't say hot, but this is the original, but it does have a little bit of a kick. Now, I'm also going to add in some minced garlic, and I'm just going to sprinkle, get all of that out of there. We're going to sprinkle, we're not measuring, this is one of those meals. We're going to sprinkle just a little house seasoning over the shrimp because they do not get out of the season. All right, so we've got our butter, we've got our olive oil, we've got our shrimp, we have our garlic. Wish you could smell this. It smells so good. So we're going to try to break up the ones that were still a little bit stuck together. There were a couple. And we're going to cook these until they're pink. And that way we'll know that they're done. We want our shrimp to be done. And then we'll start to add everything else. And that's when the meal is going to come together very quickly. Now, had I thawed the shrimp in advance, then we would be almost finished at this point. But unfortunately, we didn't know that. We didn't know that we were going to have a change in weather. And we did. So there we are. We're dealing with it. All right, so we're waiting for the shrimp to come up to temperature and to get nice and pink. And then we're going to add the cream cheese. We're going to get cheesy. We're going to add some half and half. And then we'll add the Alfredo sauce. Because remember, we're taking this is a shortcut meal. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, I'm gonna press that, see if we can break him up. I'm peeking out the window. If you wonder what I'm looking at, I'm peeking out the window because, you know, like I said, I wasn't expecting inclement weather today. The sun was shining when I got up this morning. It was beautiful. And unfortunately, that's not where we are at this point. It has gone south. So, oh, look at our little shrimp. They are so nice and pink. And hopefully you can see that they are, we've got vision, but we need smell-o-vision because it really does smell good. There we go. And all that broken up. Now in the center, now I know the shrimp are not quite ready, but in the center, I'm going to add our block of cream cheese, and I'm just going to take my spoon and start to break it up so it will melt. I'm going to break it up. There we go. I hope you have a fun weekend planned. You know, we aren't really doing anything special, but, you know, we got church on Sunday and Super Bowl on Sunday evening. And I hope your team is playing. If not, I'm so sorry. My team's not playing. And I was hoping the Bills or the Commanders or the Ravens were going to win. But guess what? That didn't happen. They didn't make it. So, you know, it is what it is. So we just have to enjoy those who are playing and pray that they stay safe, because we know football's a rough sport. Okay, look at how quickly that cheese melted. I love that. All right, we're going to add a little bit of our cream to this. And I'm going to keep that handy because I want to be able to add more if necessary. Okay, there we go. Now here comes the addition. You know, who was it who used to have the semi-homemade show? Used to come on I think it was Food Network. And she had the best meals, but they were semi-homemade. You know, she'd have fresh things, but then she'd also have some things that she could just pull from the pantry. Semi-homemade. I love that. And I used to do a lot of her meals. Now, I'm going to turn this down just a little bit because it's trying to pop. Oh, yeah. There we go. Now, I'm going to take a little bit of our pasta sauce. I'm going to put it in the jar. 2 ladles. And put the top on it. Give it a little shake. And clean out the jar. Okay. Now we need quite a bit of liquid here, and you're going to say, "Ooh, that's pretty liquidy." But you know, once we get the pasta in, it's going to soak up a lot of what we got there. Now I'm going to add a little bit of parsley. This is my parsley that I dried. I'm going to break it up in my hand. And I'm using parsley rather than Italian herbs. You could certainly do that. But the big guy likes parsley better than Italian herbs or the herbs of Provence, either one of those. He'd rather have just parsley. Kind of simple. Keep it simple. So it's like, okay, I can do that. All right. Now, let's add our pasta back in. I'll put that back in. Woo. Get it all broken up. I'm going to put this on medium. Use my fork and kind of break it apart, because you notice I did not rinse it. I did that purposely because, number one, I wanted it to stay hot. And number two, it's still got some cooking to do. Oh, that looks so pretty. Tastes good. I'm going to add, I had just a piece of a bag of spinach, just enough, that we're going to add in. I'll put that in. That's our veggies. Pantry. Use your pantry. Now I can tell already this is pasta water. We're going to add that pasta water in. Remember, I took out a full container of pasta water so that we would be able to loosen this up. And this is going to need to cook. I'm peeking. Yes, the snow's still coming down. They keep saying it's just going to be a little dusting. Well, we're far beyond that at this point. I'm sure the elementary school has gotten a little nervous because they hadn't dismissed yet, so they've got to get the kiddos home. Oh yeah. I'm going to add the rest of this, because it does need to come up to a real boil. I'm going to put the top on it and let it finish cooking. Yummy. Dinner is going to be served. Now, you know, we only put a little bit of house seasoning, so I'm going to add just a tad more. I'm going to add some pepper by itself, even though we got a little pepper in the house seasoning. Oh yeah, I can smell the difference. That's good. Now, if you're a non-pepper person, then you'll have to decide how much you want in there. But if you like pepper, then certainly add that little touch extra, because that's going to be good. It's going to be good food and good taste. All right. I appreciate all of you who have jumped on this afternoon. This has been so much fun, and it's always good when we're here in the kitchen and we have a chance to cook together. And let me get a spoon. I'm going to keep this. Take these two, put them into the dishwasher, as we know they're going to need to get cleaned. All right, so we'll get a little spoon. Give it a taste. Oh, the sauce really is good. Now, what I do want to do, I'm going to put it down on low. I'm going to put the top on it and that's going to allow it to finish up. Now, I still have just a little bit of cream here, but I'm not going to add that yet. Now, let's get our parsley put away. And hey girls, check out this apron. Is this not cute? This is one of the Apron Diva aprons for Valentine's. And it says, kissing booth. Step right up. Kissing booth. That pucker up buttercup. And isn't it cute? It's got the little hearts at the bottom and such cute little pockets. So, Ms Denise, if you're out there, I'm really enjoying my apron. So I had put on some red today so that I would kind of be matchy-matchy and making sure that I looked nice in the apron. And I am so glad to have it. Now, so we've got everything going. So I'm going to come around so I can talk to you guys and see what's going on while this is warming up and get nice and hot. And you might even be able to see some of the snow falling as we're sitting here, maybe in the background. You might be able to tell, but it's been pretty snowy. Let's see who's here. And if these glasses, you know, it's so funny. I've got several pairs of glasses that are here of different strengths because it depends on what I'm doing as to whether I can see. So these are just regular reading glasses, and these are some kicked up glasses. So let's take these off because the print is very small. Hello. You wanted to know what I was making. I did just some simple last minute shrimp Alfredo. And I was so excited. I was so shocked. I wasn't planning on cooking today. But because of the fact that it started to snow and it was supposed to be only a dusting, well, they messed up with that because it is far beyond a dusting. And so I decided that I would use my 4-part budget meal formula and put together a quick 1-pan meal. And we've done that very quickly. We added, for the first part, we needed a protein, which was our shrimp. The bulk builder, which is part number 2, is our pasta. Number 3 is the veggie volume, that's the shrimp. And of course, number 4 is the sauces and seasonings. And so we developed our sauce using Bertoli's Alfredo sauce. And you could use another brand if you had that in your pantry. But that's what I usually keep in my pantry. And I added some cream cheese to give it a little extra creaminess. I had a little bit of half and half still left that I needed to use up, so I used that as well. So all of that is in, and it's so good to have you here tonight. Who's calling me an old folk? Yes, even old folk can have fun. You're right. You're thinking I need a moderator for the live channel. Well, you know, that might be true. You know, then that way I could keep it going and that would be fine. But you know what? It's me. So that's what we got. I'm sure I'm looking at you, looking at some of the comments here. And what was the name of the jars? Bertoli's Alfredo sauce. That's what we have. And that's what I had in the pantry. You know, that's what we use. And I'm so glad to see all of you here. And it does look amazing. It looks really good. Hello to all of you. I'm so glad that you came by. Yeah, well, high blood pressure, Patty. You know, it's about how much you eat. And if you eat a small amount, my doctor says you can have anything you want. You just control the portion. and make sure that you're eating a very small amount if you have um, a an issue with your heart or with your blood pressure or diabetes or whatever it is, then you'd have to be careful. The tabletop cooker is a new wave tabletop cooker. You can either get it as a single eye or in this case a double, because very often I'm using both eyes at the same time. So the double worked out great. My son and daughter-in-law decided that they were going to get me something that I could use, and they did. So that's what we're doing. Let's see, day 2 of gaining subs from lives to do a booklet live. I don't know. So Glam Ma, how am I doing? I'm doing great. Yes, gray hair, and yes, I can cook. And I've had gray hair for a very long time, so it's not something new. Um, oh, it's your birthday. Yay. Happy birthday to you. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Today is a beautiful day. So I hope you're enjoying yourself today. I appreciate all of you, appreciate your being here. And oh, that's sweet, Betty. So nice of you. We're doing great today. And who was asking about COVID? I'm so sorry. Who was asking about the COVID shot? Hello, hello. Thank you. Now, let me just say, be nice when you're on the lives, because sometimes I don't get to see your responses, because if they're inappropriate, YouTube's going to take them off. And I'm okay with that, because I stay clean in my conversations that I have with you, and I hope you will do the same. I would appreciate that. So, anyway, let's get back to the pot. And so here we are. We're at 37 and about 37 and a half minutes, and dinner is ready. So we're going to look at it, see if we need to add something else to it to loosen it up. We may. We'll take a look. Get our wooden spoon. See how we're doing. Oh yes, tightened up quite nicely. It is nice and creamy. The shrimp look good. The spinach is cooked. Oh yeah. It is nice and hot. Now, since I have this little bit of cream that's left, I'm going to go ahead and add that into it. That's all I had in the cup. And give all of this a good stir. So our shrimp Alfredo, I'll put the recipe in the description box. And of course, you know my philosophy. The recipe is a starting point. Whatever your family likes. You could do this with chicken. You could not have any meat or vegetables in there. You could do more of what you call a seafood Alfredo and add like little chunks of fish and shrimp and clams and all kinds of things in here. But tonight, we're sticking with the shrimp. Okay, so there we go. There we have it. Now, let me get a fork so we can see how we're doing. And see if our pasta's ready. Oh yeah, the pasta has cooked. It is perfect. And it tastes amazing. So I'm going to let this simmer just a tiny bit longer. And then I'll be ready to serve it for dinner. But this is dinner, and actually, as you can see, this is going to be dinner for, of course, there's only 2 of them, so it's going to be dinner for a couple of nights. So, garlic bread, yes, would be great. And you know, I just thought about it. I fixed some bread earlier this week, so I think I'm going to have to butter it up, sprinkle a little garlic on there, and have it. Thank you so much, Betty, for reminding me of the garlic bread, because that's exactly what we're going to do. Now, guys, thank you so much for hanging in here with me while I fix dinner on a snowy day. And I hope you are safe. I hope you have power and that you're warm. So, thank you for coming to the kitchen of Ebony, Ivy, and Thyme. I'll see you soon.